Great. Welcome to Fast Talk. Today we're joined by Susan Manning, Director of Outreach at Canyon State Academy. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you for having me.
Susan, tell us a little bit about Canyon State Academy. What happens over there behind the big walls?
Awesome. We are on 183 beautiful acres out here in Queen Creek, and we have students, around 200 to 350 students that are primarily in foster care that live in our residential program and attend our school on campus.
So over there at Hawes and Rittenhouse,
Yep.
been there for forever.
Yes.
And the town sort of built up around you. So now, you just mentioned foster care kids. So how many kids are in the foster care program?
On our campus right now, we have about 85% of our students are in foster care, and our numbers fluctuate, which is normal for foster care. So at any given time, probably around 200 to 250 students that are foster care.
Wow. And over there you have the QC Junction and the barbershop and Repurposed. Tell us a little bit about those.
Sure. So the Enterprise Zone was established about 6 years ago, and that is right there along Rittenhouse, and that was set up as a training center. So they are set up for the QC Junction, which is our cafe, Repurposed Thrift Boutique, which is our secondhand store, and the Next Gen Barbershop. All three of them are training centers. So the goal is that our students are getting CTE credit. We're open during school hours, working on getting more hours on the weekends because the kids are in school at the time. And so they are getting elective credit and their CTE credit by working. All three are open to the public. Their hours vary, but most of them are about 8 to 3:30. And we would love for the public to come in, eat in the cafe, meet our students, drop off your donations and shop at Repurposed, get a haircut at the barbershop. And the whole reason that was brought in was to bring community to our students. We always talk about it takes a village to raise a child. And unless you bring the community, you don't really have your true village. And so really it was about bringing community to the kids and sharing with the town of Queen Creek, what our campus is about, and meet our students. They're wonderful people that may not have had the best start to life, and we're giving them those opportunities.
Right, so giving them a chance to interact with people in perhaps a way that they never have before, and learning those social skills, the soft skills.
Yes.
The Junction, great place to have a quick meeting, big
Yes.
tables, lots of places, good menu. So the kids run all of that.
Yes, they learn everything from cooking and cleaning and sanitation. They work on their customer service skills. We work on counting money, because that seems to be a skill that we've been losing. They make all the food. We do have a fun time saying that we have a secret menu like Starbucks. So if people come in and we have some different secret things on the menu, and we get ideas from customers and the kids, if we have it, they'll try to make it. It's just a fun time. It's a great opportunity for them to learn not just one part of a business, but all of it. So as we're open to the public, when the health inspection comes in, the kids are part of it. And it's been really cool because we've been receiving an A rating every time, and it's exciting for the kids to see this is a thriving business, and they can see it from start to finish. So if they want to add menu items, if they want to look at how much is pricing, we know food has gone up. We're trying to make it an affordable place that not only our staff can go, but also the community, but also being realistic. So they learn how much does it actually cost to build a sandwich. So they're learning all aspects of the business.
And they're running the whole thing. They're learning all these skills, but it's even more important for them because in a few years they age out of the system and they're going to have to go to work, right?
Right, correct. And a lot of our students, when possible, all of our kids come to us and the goal is to complete a program, and they're working on their own goals with, in their personal life. They're working on education. A lot of them are working with maybe a behavioral therapist to really set some good goals and foundations in their life. And we would love for them to have an off-campus job if they are with us long enough, but we want to make sure that they have all those customer service skills before they get there. So we're doing our job of really getting them ready in a real world setting to actually put them in the world of adulting.
Wow. And so because of the way the systems work, you mentioned it just now, if they've been there long enough, but really these kids cycle in and out pretty fast, and you only have a certain amount of time to make that impression and build the skills.
Yeah, our average length of stay right now is only about 5 months. You know, a lot of times the goal is reunification with family if possible, or to find them a smaller group home or you know, some type of family that they can be with if possible.
Wow. So you're trying to instill regular education, life skills, trying to maybe reset some problems from the past and do it all in 5 months.
Yeah.
Before the kids move on to another setting altogether. That's amazing. So how can people help with that, so they can go to the QC Junction and have a good meal and coffee and maybe have a quick meeting over there? They can go to Repurposed, which everyone I know talks about quite a bit, because apparently there's a lot of name brands over there.
There is.
High-end fashion stuff there at a good price. But what else can the public do?
Yeah, there's a few things. Volunteering is always an option. I do hold a volunteer orientation, usually the first Thursday of every month. And my goal for holding that orientation is so people know what they're walking into. And I always tell everybody, we want to find your passion for where we put you. So I won't ever just say, hey, we need you to go work here, we need help here. It's let's find your passion and merge it. Plenty of opportunities. So volunteering is great. As you mentioned, coming in to the cafe and the thrift store is wonderful, because our kids, when they see the community come in, people are choosing to spend their time with our students, and it's absolutely amazing to watch what happens. We have some volunteers that just came in and are building shelving and teaching some of our young boys how to build. They've never held power tools, they don't know, and you have a one-on-one member in the community that's teaching them a new skill. And they volunteered to be there, they chose to be there, and our kids recognize that, so that's awesome. The biggest way right now is going to be tax credit. So we know there's 4 different tax credits in the state of Arizona. All of our public schools in Queen Creek take the public school, the private schools take the private school tax credit, and we take the foster care tax credit. So on top of the private and the public and the working charities, there's a foster care, where it's called a QFCO, so a Qualified Foster Care Organization, and we can take up to $500 for single adults and $1,000 for married couples. Wow. And it's the same tax credit that you would give to the others. This year I did work on a quadrant of supporting Queen Creek, so people can really see that there's 4 different ways to help decide where your state tax dollars are going. That one for us is the easiest, because we can put that towards anything educational, which includes our farm, our sports complex, all the enterprise zone, and anything with the school. So we know, most traditional high schools, you've got booster clubs. We don't have any families on our campus. We don't have parents running a booster club. So this is our way of new football uniforms, new riding boots for the farm. We've got auto shop, we've got a pool. So all those things that are going on that are normally supported by a family or a booster, we're reaching out to community for that support. And tax credit is by far the easiest way to do that. And you have until April 15th of this year to donate for last year.
So just to be clear, so you have kids at Queen Creek High School. Mm-hmm. You give them a tax credit, right? You use your tax credit on that. Mm-hmm. You can help a charity and use a tax credit on that. Yep. And still have a tax credit available to give to Canyon State Academy.
Absolutely. And wow. I tell people all that it is you're telling the state where to put your state tax dollars.
That's amazing. So very little effort. Yes. All they have to do is check the box, fill it out, and they can send money straight to those kids. Yes. And get them the help that they need. Yeah. That's great. And still be helping all the other groups as well. And
some people choose to write in where they would like the money to go. So some people that are really passionate about the farm, they might put that they want it for the farm. One of my huge goals over the next year or so is to get a covered arena. As we know, with all the rain that's been coming, we are flooded. And so having a covered arena somewhere that the kids can ride, because we do go all but 4 weeks a year. So we have school all summer. So riding horses in July, wow. Yeah. A covered arena would be nice. And we know, so if people have their heart in a certain area, they can absolutely designate it for that, or just in general.
And not only though is it recreational or just inclusive for the kids and giving them a more normal experience, but the farm in particular is therapeutic as well.
We actually had a meeting today with all of our therapists on site to actually take them to the farm, because we've always said, go out there with the kids and visit. This time we decided to actually take them down there and show them all the things that they can do. If kids want to walk horses, here's a 2. If they want to brush them, here's a 2. If they want to just be in a area with one of our goats who thinks she's a dog, you can hang out with her. And so really trying to invest the time, because we know the outcomes when kids are with animals. If a kid is having a really hard day, we tell them, go share your story with one of our animals. They're going to keep your secret, but they always know what you need. And so it's been really exciting to watch more and more kids go down there, because you watch the transformation. The kids have been volunteering at Horseshoe Park more and more, and some really exciting things have come of that. We've have a whole group that is asking them to come out and volunteer for the next, I think, 5 or 6 weeks.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
So more and more people see how hard our kids work on the farm, and they're wanting to bring them and give them jobs. And then they're coming out to visit us. So really cool partnerships are being made.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So people can shop at the stores, get a haircut, get the food,
Yep.
do the tax credit, volunteer on the campus, or just say hi when they see the kids out and about at the events.
Yeah.
That's all great. So anything that we haven't covered?
Really, I think the community supports us in such a great way. I think saying thank you to everybody is always important, because I have felt nothing but support in the time that I've been in this position. And I know everybody on our campus, we have over 400 employees. They don't always see everybody. But I think how important it is to know that the community really does support. And it's been great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for all the work that you're doing. We know those kids are on a hard road, and we appreciate everything you're doing to make sure they get off to a good start.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.